I am recording. Okay.
All right, sweet.
All right, nice.
Well, I'll let you guys do your intro or whatever if you have one of those.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to the thing I hyped up in one singular video. This is an interview with the creator of Fruit Forager.
Hello, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be fun.
I have the questions pulled up here.
All right, nice.
Okay. First question. How long have you had the idea for Fruit Forager?
Ooh, that's a very good question. For some people know this, but the game Fruit Forger was inspired by another game called Fruitus Reharvested that was on Roblox. It's now been taken down, and it was a very niche game. But I'd say probably like at least 3-4 years. And then eventually I made the mobile game, which is almost the same, but it's got a few major changes. So the Roblox game is still relatively new, but the ideas live a very long time, and it's nice to finally make the game exactly how I've always envisioned. So many years, yeah.
Nice. Mono, do you want to ask one of your questions?
All right. How much original content will be added from the original Fruit Forager? Fruit, items, places, etc.
Ooh. Well, I try to always think of, like, when I'm looking for ideas on what to add during updates, sometimes I'll go back to the original Fruit Forager and see if there's any ideas there that I might bring back. And I do have a few that I would like to implement. One of them being the system for laser durians and flash figs, which for those of you who don't know are fruit that you were actually able to eat for special abilities. But other than that, I'd say I don't know exactly how much of the content from original Fruit Forager will be added, because I already have so many ideas for new content that's original to the Roblox game that I want to add first. So yeah.
Okay, very nice.
All right.
Next question.
Thank you.
Will there be portable cell boxes?
Nice question. I mean, we discussed that a bit earlier during this stream, and I don't like to talk about features that are upcoming, but since it was pretty much already leaked, yes. I have an item planned that you'll be able to buy for tickets, and when purchased, or when you consume it, sorry, it'll spawn a cell box next to you that will say that you spawned it, and it'll stay for maybe 5 minutes, something like that. So that's something I'm looking forward to doing. But yes, there will be.
Your questions.
Do you think this game is a original game or concept, or copied or similar concept from another game?
Well, I don't think any game is completely original. I think all games are kind of inspired by other games, how new ideas form, I suppose. But I'd say it's pretty original. I mean, it's a mix of the Fruit Forager that I wanted to make that was inspired by Fruitist, and it's a mix of Bee Swarm, and it's a mix of other games I've enjoyed. So I don't think there's any game exactly like Fruit Forager or even similar to Fruit Forager out there. But of course, I've been inspired by many other games. I think it's pretty original.
What is it like owning a game of this proportion with the opportunities you've been given?
Wow. Well, I'm very thankful with the opportunities I've been given. I didn't think it would get to this stage, like this amount of popularity. Because, like, this is the first Roblox game I've made in years, and when I was younger, I had almost no players, pretty much. Like, my friends would play it, and I'd pay for ads, and then a few people play, but it was never, it never had active play. So I suppose part of me always thought that Fruit Forager would also be like that, also kind of be dead. But when we started having actual concurrent players, we only had, anything between, 1 to 12 at all times of the day. And I was hoping it would grow more, but I never thought we'd be at the point to get hundreds every day. So I'm very thankful for that, and it's kind of an unbelievable. I feel like I've only completely grasped the scale of it yet. Like, I can't imagine hundreds of people at once, at all times, having their own experience with a game. And I'm very, very blessed to have that. So I'm looking forward to adding more for the community to enjoy,
Quick
to
question.
kind of try to give back in a way. Hmm.
Could you add Director Speedy? Because he's only slightly completing.
Director Speed? Absolutely. Well, I sent him an invite to speak whenever he wants to come up. There we go. Welcome.
Alright. So, another
Hello?
question.
Hello.
Very important question.
All right.
When is the pack.dot update?
Oh, I hope soon. We need the pack.dot update. Without the pack.dot update, the game is doomed. So, as soon as possible, I'll say.
You know, the little bump right there is because pack.dot update isn't out, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. We had like hundreds and hundreds of players, and now we're only at 100. Everyone got disappointed that the last update wasn't the pack.dot update. So, yeah. I've betrayed the people. We need the pack.dot update now.
I liked the newest update, but I can't say I didn't want it to be the pack.dot update.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, it was disappointing for everybody when the Mythic update came. Unfortunately, one day we'll get the pack update. I promise you.
Wow. Do you have any questions?
From just a guess, how long will your game last till it hits a average concurrent user or CCU of 50?
Of 50. You say 50?
Yeah, 50. How long do you think? Even though that's not a good thing.
We already have 136 concurrent players, so I don't think we're. You think it's gonna go down?
No, not like I think. Just want to guess in case, like, if the game ever dies, like.
Oh.
Like.
I see.
When do you think the game will die? Maybe that's a better question to cover up the other one.
Damn, bro. I mean,
not like I wanted to.
So,
not like I wanted to.
So I want to keep this game going forever, pretty much. I don't want it to die. And not only like do I have plans to continue updating it, but I'm gonna continuously get better thumbnails for the game, get better icons to keep the game going pretty much forever. I'd like for Forger to get to a point like games like Beastworm Simulator where there's so much content, it doesn't really need updates. I will keep updating it, but I will at some point stop the weekly updates and maybe do every month or whatever. So I want Fruit Forger to be something that never really dies. And 50 concurrent players, I mean, we reached that a few days ago. I'm looking at the numbers right now. We went down to 50 not yesterday, 2 days ago. At 10 p.m. we went down to 50 and it recovered. Because sometimes the Roblox algorithm just does that. It stops showing the game a little bit so it can go through the data of the last few days before pushing it again. And now we've recovered where we got way more than 50. We got 134 people playing right now. So I'm going to do everything I can to not let the game die, and isn't going to. And I'll do anything I can not to let that happen. So yeah.
You
That's good.
basically just answered my next question.
All right, what was the question?
It was going to be how long are you going to keep updating the game?
All right, well, yeah, I mean, pretty much forever.
Right.
I don't think I'll do weekly updates, but I don't have plans to stop. As long as people are playing, I'm going to keep updating, and I'll do everything I can to not let the game.
All right.
Let's say forever.
Filler question that I've asked before, but you've never answered. Who's your favorite director?
Oh,
It's a controversial question.
very controversial question, dude. Holy.
You gotta pick one.
I have to pick one.
The video, the video is not going to end until you pick one.
All right, I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one. Let's see.
Okay.
The thing is, right? I love the director's videos, right?
Yep.
But based on yesterday's Squid Game, I gotta pick Monochrome. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
All of the directors are awesome, but for now, because of Squid Game, it's Monochrome.
Yeah, well, let's just ignore what I said
Not
yesterday.
something like that, but
Yeah, let's ignore that.
Yeah.
Never
No,
happened.
ignore what?
it never
You know?
happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
There
Who
you go.
knows?
It never
Speedy,
existed.
Speedy, do you have
like-
any questions?
Me personally, I was unprepared for this, and I thought of a question on the spot, and I forgot it. So now,
Okay, we're gonna keep
Damn,
going
bro.
until you remember it.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
I tried like craziest voice crack. Okay. How many concurrent players do you want to reach, or like peak players?
Well, the thing is, that's always changed very drastically. I mean, like a few weeks ago, when the game was at like 12 concurrents all the time, I was dreaming of reaching 30 concurrent players. That was my goal. I was working, and now I keep breaking them like new records all the time. So right now, I'd say my goal is 1,000. I'd say that's my big goal that I really want to reach. But the thing is, I think when I reach 1,000, I definitely think I will reach it someday. And when I reach 1,000, my goal will just keep increasing. And I don't know how far. Maybe it'll get to 10K. Maybe it'll get to just 5K, 1K. I don't know. But my goals always change. And right now, my goal is at 1K.
That's
But
very-
yeah.
I remember.
Okay.
What is your motivation to keep going and making more
Ooh,
updates and stuff?
goated question.
Ooh. I'd probably say the community for the most part, honestly, because it's not. I mean, I know that sounds a bit like how do I put this?
Typical.
Like kind of corny, almost. Yeah, typical, exactly. But the thing is, I chat in this community all the time. Always in general. I always have the Discord like tab open when I'm working and all. I always check the forums on the group whenever new posts come in. So genuinely, like the two things I spend the most time on in my life and two actually interacting with the community. So I know some people in the community incredibly well, like Packed Up, for example, Blue, like Ethan, Wacky, all these people. I talk to them pretty much every day.
Blue
So-
is the goat.
Yeah, for real, I agree. So I definitely say I want to do everything. No feeling like releasing an update and then seeing the community freak out about it, talk about what's new and working together to figure it out. Like that's the best feeling. That makes everything worth it. So I definitely say that my main be firstly the community, and then after that it's and the third would probably be money, but I don't think it's. I try to make quality games over monetization
Yeah.
filled games. So yeah.
I have another very important question that you would not want to
Alright.
miss out on. What is your
hear it.
opinion on Clash Royale?
Ooh.
Dude. Oh my
I literally-
goodness.
Dude, I literally brought that up earlier.
Okay,
did?
well, so the thing is, right? Clash Royale is awesome. I am a huge Clash Royale fan, and you asked that to the right person, honestly, because I'm at 9,000 trophies, so I actually finished the game, but now they added even more, like arenas. They added like 2 more, I think. So I'm no longer at the top, which kind of is annoying to me because I finished the game, but yeah, so it is a little bit annoying because the game's very pay to win. Like very
Yeah.
pay to win. But gameplay wise, it's a lot of fun. And I play with my friends all the time. And I kind of no life grinded Clash Royale for months last year. So I'm a big fan of Clash Royale.
Uh,
I
Uh,
have a question.
speaking of,
Oh,
Okay.
you can go.
All right.
so Tati said something about Clash Royale. I thought another game that I really liked, and this is because this game just hit its 10th anniversary. What is your opinion
wow.
on What is your opinion on Undertale?
Oof. I'm actually a pretty big Undertale. I'm not gonna lie. I've played all 3 routes. I actually quit Genocide at Undying the Undying because I remember spending hours on it. And then I might have cheated to give myself like OP gear. so I could beat Undyne. But I am a huge Undertale fan, and I'm a huge Delta fan as well. I've played all the chapters multiple times. I played Undertale a bunch of times, so I'm a huge fan of Undertale. So
Nice.
yeah, I actually saw the 10th anniversary clips from the live stream. That was pretty sick. All the new areas he made. So it's an incredible game, really.
Well,
So yeah.
And what is your class deck?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me open up Clash Royale.
no,
Okay.
Bet.
Hold up, dude. The best question ever.
I just got
Okay,
interrupted
it's telling me I have to
twice.
update.
I just got so disrespected.
Hold up. Wait,
Oh,
I
my
didn't
bad.
interrupt you.
You gotta-
Sorry about that.
I think I did. It's not your fault.
Oh. All right. Okay, so Clash Royale is taking a while to update, but I know it from memory. I don't even need to check Clash Royale. Okay,
Okay.
so let's see. I got guards. I got
Ooh.
Zap.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember because I haven't played in a little while. Okay, so guards, Zap. I got bats.
Ooh.
I got Goblin Stein,
Ooh.
Fireball,
Ooh.
Mega Knight.
Ooh.
Ew. Ew.
I know. I'm sorry. I got Mega Knight. I got Firecracker, and I got Skeleton Army, and that's all of them. Yeah.
Okay.
And I use Dagger Duchess
Okay.
as my tower. So it's a little bit like maybe a little bit of a no skill deck because I've got Evolution
Yeah.
Mega Knight and Evolution Cracker.
Blech.
But listen, it works. It works. My
I mean, I
tactic is
guess it works.
I'll put Goblinstein in the very back, and then like once it gets close to the bridge, I'll put a Mega Knight behind the Goblinstein and in between like the Goblinstein and the Doctor. And then after that, I'll put a Firecracker behind everything, and it's such a good push. So that's my deck.
Hey.
That's my strategy.
Hey, call me.
And also,
Okay.
my entire deck is maxed, by the way.
Correct
Just
me if
saying.
I'm wrong, but I thought this was asking about Katso, not about Clash Royale.
For real, bro.
But
It's gonna be about like
Okay,
fruit.
my
But I'm
actual
asking
question-
Katso about his deck.
My actual
True,
question.
my deck is very important to me.
Where did you
Yeah.
get the motivation to code, and where did you learn to code?
Okay, well, the first time I learned how to write code was when I was 11 years old, when I was making games in Unreal Engine. And so that, basically the way I did it is I just watched a lot of YouTube tutorials pretty much. And I'd say that's a very good way to learn things overall. So I just watched, I would watch like a 3-hour long video saying like how to code in like C#. And then I would just watch that like step by step, go through everything. And then I would just watch more and more tutorials. And when I actually started making games, whenever there was something I didn't know how to do, I would just. And right now, that's what I'm going through right now again, with Roblox, since I am learning a new programming language. Since I tend to make games in C# and Roblox uses Lewis, so it's been kind of easy to learn because I'm already pretty good when it comes to programming. But watching YouTube tutorials has helped a lot. Like how to make Roblox games, how to code, and how to use, kind of super helpful. You just gotta take the time to watch a lot. So that's how I did it.
Yep. So me and Subspace have an incredible joke to tell, right?
All right.
So
Let's hear it.
Subspace, take the stage. Okay, he's stuttering. So the prank is Michael.
Michael.
Yep.
Nice.
I bet you're breaking down in tears right now.
I am.
But don't worry, it's
Mike.
just a prank. It's a Michael prank.
Okay.
It's a Michael prank.
Oh, it's the Michael prank? Everyone loves a Michael prank. Yeah, classic.
Classic.
Hello.
Yeah.
There's
man.
no way you fell for the oldest trick in the book. That's
Damn,
insane.
I can't believe I fell for the Michael prank. Damn it, guys. I'm sorry. Michael.
Oh.
Mike, how could you let this happen? Oh my goodness. W joke though.
Yeah.
Can't believe I got Michaeled.
I'll be right back. If you guys end the interview, just remove me from the speakers.
Fair enough. All right, you
Okay.
guys got more questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you
Alright.
going to add a third currency or replace the ticket currency?
Well, I don't really have plans of adding a third currency right now because I feel like tickets already still need so much more content. I want to add consumable items for tickets. I want to add new ways to get tickets because right now the only way of getting tickets is just selling, and you get gold that way as well, coins, whatever you want to call them. So I don't think the game really needs a third currency at the moment. I think the game needed tickets to be added, but I don't see how a third currency could fit in right now. Maybe one day I'll add a feature where a third currency could really fit in nicely, but at the moment I don't really see a place for that in the game. So I'm gonna keep adding more things to do with coins, XP, and with tickets are like still instead of adding more currencies. But yeah, good question though.
Well,
Uh,
I'm dry of ideas to ask, but I'll think
Fair
if
enough. You got any more monochrome?
are there any plans to in the past? Were there any plans to replace the original zones?
To replace the original zones? You mean like that they were going to be something else than they are right now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, there's been a lot of changes in the plan. At first, like at the very beginning of development, I didn't want zone, like the level 10 zone, to be the ice biome because I wanted to keep the ice biome idea. But during a stream, I decided to just give it a try, like making it ice. So, and that turned out to be, I decided to keep that. But the biome that got the most changes is definitely the zone 15 area, which is right now the place where you get oranges and the autumn theme to it. Because this was actually also during a stream when I was building the map. I had so many different ideas on what to do. First, I wanted to make a quarry, so some kind of like a mountain kind of biome with rocks, with like crystals like growing out of the ground and stuff like that. And the idea was that the pomegranate that would grow in small patches of soil. But when I started making the art for that, it didn't look very good at all. The colors were very boring. The crystals looked kind of bad. So instead, I used those crystals for the Tourmaline Station B. So you can see there's crystals down there right now. And those were originally going to be the level 15 zone. And then after I decided to not do the idea with a quarry, or the mountain, whatever you want to call it, I decided to do a bamboo forest instead. So I made models for bamboo, I made an art style for it, I made decorations. But I also canceled that idea because I realized that bamboo kind of had a big problem with that. If I put too much bamboo growing all over the place, then it would be annoying because if you wanted to get back to the cell box very quickly, you'd often run into bamboo and it was kind of in your way. But if I put too little bamboo, the place looked barren and kind of boring. And I couldn't really find a good quantity of bamboo to make it look good. So I completely got rid of that idea. And I don't really remember how I got the idea, the autumn-based area. I think I was just kind of making a bunch of different color schemes to see if I could come up with. And I put orange at some point. I just decided, I mean, this will work. I'll make an autumn theme. And yeah, but I had tons of ideas for zone 15. It got changed so many times. Other than that, I always knew that I wanted the beginning to be like plains, like forest themes. I always knew the second zone should be like a desert, and I always knew that the last zone should be a volcano. So yeah, but in between I had some issues, as you can hear. But I think it turned out pretty well, and yeah.
Yeah. So, another question I had was, what do you think is your favorite part of the game?
Ooh. Okay, my favorite part. Good question. Do you mean in map or like the mechanics or like what do you mean? Or like anything?
Anything, yeah.
Anything. That's a very good question. There's so many things to do. I'd say I really like the base build. I'm kind of amazed by what people have been able to create. Like I've seen people build skyscrapers. I've seen people build hotels, all kind of things. And I mean, a lot of people make giant like towers to climb up out of the map. I think that's hilarious. So I definitely say building's the coolest part of the game, in my opinion. But unfortunately, there's not a huge incentive to build right now. Like you can store your fruits on your plot, but other than that, you can't really do much else. So that's definitely something I'm going to change in. I want to give people a reason to build. I want to give people more things to put on their plots. So that'll be coming out in future updates. But yeah, so I'm a huge fan of the building system.
On that topic, do you think there's any plan to add like building slots?
Building slots. What do you mean by that?
Like, this is gonna sound corny, but like like the grow garden thing, and you had like garden slots, and you could have different gardens.
I see. Oh, wait, you mean like different bases? You can have multiple.
Yeah.
I've actually never thought about that.
No.
I don't think I've ever had that suggestion before, but that's a pretty good idea, honestly. I could definitely see myself adding that. Since this is a bit technical, but the way that basic is stored, like the data, it's stored in something called a profile store, where basically it's all pretty nicely put together into one file. So it wouldn't be that difficult to add just multiple. So people could have a first base, a second base. So that's a very good idea. Thank you for suggesting that. I might actually look into how I could potentially do that one of these days. So I appreciate the idea there. I haven't thought about that before.
Anything else, Mano?
Let me think.
All right.
Why did you decide to add another rarity or mythics?
Okay, well, the thing is with mythics, right? When I was adding the greater zones, I wanted there to be a real incentive. And if I had just more legendaries, that would feel kind of unoriginal. One of the ideas I had was to just add a new tier of fruit, a new kind of fruit. So the greater zones would have, like the greater plains would have apples and another kind of fruit. But I felt like that would kind of clutter the index and it wouldn't be particularly fun to have to stay in there for. So I decided it would probably be better to add one really cool new fruit per like greater zone. And since each rarity tends to be very different from the last, for example, it's unique, they spawn in a very unique way. Legendaries are super rare and so on. They all have their own place. I figured if I'm going to have a new kind of fruit, and there's going to be 3 of them, and they're all found in a very new way, it only makes sense that they have their own rarity. Otherwise, it would kind of be weird. So I decided to come up with Mythic, which was something that a lot of people had already had. Because people always told me, like, can you add that after Legendaries there's Mythic? And I always said no to that because I don't want anything rarer than Legendaries to. But now that I have the greater zones, I decided to add. So yeah, that's kind of what gave me the idea for that. And why I think it works pretty well. I think it fits nicely.
Might I get a sneak peek of the blue zone because I don't have it unlocked yet?
The blue zone.
Like the.
Oh, I
like
see
the blue key.
blue
Yeah,
zone.
that.
Oh, you're looking at the screen right now. Okay. Well, you know what? For the interview, you can take a little look.
Okay.
That's all. That's all.
That
man.
looked kind of cool. I like that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's got a very cool mythic in there.